Welcome to the latest edition of Northern Engineers Power Talks. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking to Angela Hodgson, who is founder of Ignite Improvement Ltd. Angela is a leadership expert, and Ignite Improvement is a consultancy that supports manufacturing, SMEs in building high-performance teams during organisational change. Welcome, Angela. Can I just start by, good to see you. Can I just start by asking, just if you fill in a little bit more about what your company does, please, and how you started it and your inspiration?
Oh, yeah. 3 questions in one. That's a great place to start. So a little bit about the company first. So the company is called Ignite Improvement because it's all about igniting momentum, it's all about igniting passion, and it's all about igniting your team to deliver that entrepreneurial growth that you want within your business. Why I started this business is because I'm incredibly passionate about people. And the reason why I wanted to specialise in manufacturing and engineering businesses is because my background is in manufacturing and engineering. I spent 10 years in Bentley Motors. I spent time in Jaguar and Rover and other automotive brands. So I'm very excited about manufacturing, engineering, but particularly now in SME. So really helping those northern or national kind of SMEs in manufacturing and engineering to truly make a difference to their people, their experience and their growth.
Fantastic. Can you tell us some of the latest headlines? Any awards, for instance? Can you give us an insight?
Yes. So literally as of last week, it was announced that I'm in the top 100 recognised entrepreneurs from Entrepreneur magazines. So that's something that I'm really, really excited about. It was a fantastic thing when they announced and confirmed that we'd won that. And it's just really good to see that, particularly, I'm a woman in manufacturing and engineering. So for a start, that's something that's quite unique, or not as many of us as we would obviously like. And secondly, that people are recognising people services as an entrepreneurial piece. Because I think a lot of people think about products and they think about services, but they don't necessarily think about the people elements of growth. And it's really good to see that that is being recognised from the top echelons of Entrepreneur magazine.
Yeah, that's amazing. So well done. Richly tailored, I'm sure. Can you tell us next about some sort of the practical sort of case studies you've been involved in, maybe?
Mm-hmm. So there's lots of different practical case studies, but where I'd like to kind of focus is there's what I'm seeing trends in at the moment is in manufacturing and engineering businesses is there seems to be that there's a lot of capacity constraints, not only in the operational kind of shop floor areas, but in management and in leadership as well. What I'm seeing is lots of pressure for growth, lots of opportunities for growth, but lots of confusion around AI, around robotics, around all of these different regulations, carbon neutrality, all of these things coming in, and lots of confusion around what strategic direction to kind of go in. So some of the things that I've been working on recently is helping businesses to define their growth strategy. Where are they taking the business? Now, it's quite interesting when I work on this because there's companies I've worked with where I'll just have little conversations with the senior team. Oh, where do you think the business is going to grow? And one person will say, oh, we're going to enter into Germany. Another person will say, oh, we're going to grow this new product. And another person will say, oh, we're going to automate everything. They don't really tend to have an aligned way to grow the business. And what happens then is it causes a lot of confusion throughout the business because everyone you ask has a different view for what that future looks like. So a lot of trends or kind of case studies that I'm doing at the moment is firstly helping them define their strategy and secondly helping them to assess the performance of their team, the performance of their culture. Is the culture and the team actually ready to grow? So I've had some really, really good examples in the last 12 months where we've literally defined their strategy and we've moved them by nearly 20% improvement in satisfaction. And that's come from taking them on the journey with us, listening to their ideas for strategic growth and getting them empowered in actually implementing improvements themselves into the workplace and into the flow of work.
Okay, that sounds amazing. It really does. And can you tell us what way you think the business will be developing, how it will develop in the next 5 years, particularly you mentioned AI, so the latest developments and how they'll impact on the business?
On the businesses that I'm working with, you mean? Yes. So I've just written an article actually for Northern Engineer around this, around AI and around smart factories. It's not about smart factories, it's about smart decision making. So for me, the business world is changing because of all of this new technology that's coming in. But if you don't sort the people elements out first, you're just taking that complexity and chaos into something that you're wanting to automate. And actually what you'll get is a lot of confusion, a lot of resistance. So I'm seeing, for example, one of my clients that I was at yesterday, they recently introduced tablets into the business. And you think tablets are great, they automate everything. You've got everything on a little dashboard. You can kind of click where your stock is. You can find out where the latest requests are from your customers. But there was so much resistance from just using a tablet because they want to use the clipboard, the pen, the pencil that they're used to. So when you ask about the future, for me, it's about starting now, getting ready for the future. Because the world of automation, the world of smart factories, the world of data at your fingertips is coming. It's coming for everybody. It's coming in every sector, not just manufacturing and engineering. But if we don't get our people ready for that change, they're just going to resist and it's not going to work anyway.
They'll be left behind.
They'll be left behind, or you'll lose a lot of that tacit knowledge, because a lot of those guys who prefer the clipboards are the only ones who know how to use that really old piece of machinery in the back that you really need that piece of equipment because it's only that machine that has that tooling or that capability. We'll lose a lot of that kind of tacit knowledge. So how do we get that knowledge? How do we empower them? How do we take them on that journey with us? That is what I'm doing a lot of work with my clients at the moment, is getting people ready for change.
Fantastic. Angela, it's been an absolute pleasure. We've come to the end of the show now, but it's been very fascinating, and just congratulations on the award. And it's been a delight to speak to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on.